Welcome back to Charisco Crypto. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let's discuss. Let's see what is happening in the crazy world of crypto, guys. So, guys, as you all know, yesterday during my live stream, I just said that, so don't be surprised. So, in the next 1 or 2 days, Michael Saylor, which is the CEO of Strategy, he may say that they just made another huge buy of Bitcoin. So, which it just happened just exactly as my source predicted, which is crazy. So, guys, so without BIT, so you guys can see it over here. So, yesterday during my live stream, because Seller made a tweet yesterday about this orange dot, which was saying that so there is no tariff in Bitcoin. So I'm coming, guys. A second, let me bring this out. Good. So, guys, let's go. So yesterday, Seller said there is no tariff in Bitcoin. So that is because he has been buying since 2020. And he showed the orange dot yesterday. And each time that Seller, which is the CEO of a Strategy, each time he made this tweet, he usually buy Bitcoin. So as you can see on my screen here, so Michael Saylor, which is the CEO of Strategy, he just adds another huge amount in Bitcoin. What about $285 million in Bitcoin, which is crazy. So quickly before we dive into that, not just Michael Saylor, who just made another huge purchase. So even if Meta Planet, they just had another huge amount in Bitcoin to their portfolio. So before then, let's dive into the market. First, let's see what is happening in the crazy crypto market. So guys, as you can see, so Bitcoin is still trading between $83,000, $84,000. And one thing is that we haven't still be able to break that support between $85,000, between $85,000, $86,000, which is crazy. So which brought me to that what will be happening in the market next, which I know that most of you guys have still been wondering about that. So where we'll be heading to next. So without me thinking that twice, so you all know that either the market goes up or it comes down. So but you don't have to be scared because we have been trading sideways for a while right now. So you don't have to be scared that the market is being traded sideways. But if you look into the 7 days chart, even if you Bitcoin is still up with almost about we are still almost going to about 8% in the 7 days chart. That is because we all know that last 2 weeks we fell down to like about $74,000. So now the market is still slightly up. You don't have to be scared as always. So you can see, so with the 7 days chart, we are still up with about 7%, and Ethereum is still up with about almost about 5%. S&P is still up with about 30%, 12.8%. So when BNB is still up with about 6%, and Solana, you can see, guys, so Solana is still up with about 21%. So we'll be looking into those buy and the headline and what is happening in the crazy world of crypto. So we all know that the market is always volatile, as always. You don't have to be scared. Keep DCA in a long run, so for sure, we will all achieve a financial freedom. What you need to know is that whenever the market is down, take it as an opportunity and keep DCA, dollar cost average. And we all know that Bitcoin is here to stay. Yesterday, I showed you guys the money printing machine. We showed that the government keep printing endless money, keep spending endless money, keep printing more money every single day. And inflation keep eating away our buying power. We show that one of the assets that has a mass supply that you can invest on is Bitcoin. So you can see the market with the 7 days chart is still not doing bad. Quickly, let's head up to my S account. So guys, as you can see here, about 4 hours ago, Michael Saylor, which is the CEO of Strategy, he said that MicroStrategy just acquired an additional about 3,459 Bitcoin. What about 285 million US dollars, which is crazy. So which is crazy, guys. So Yeah, good evening, my man. How are you doing? So yesterday, I said, don't be surprised when a seller made this tweet. Let me see if I can be able to bring it out. Michael Saylor, let me head up to his S account. So this is yesterday when a seller was saying that there is no tariff on orange dot. So when I was saying that, don't be surprised, today Michael Saylor add more Bitcoin to his portfolio. But as you can see, Michael Saylor just tweeted a few hours ago. He said that MicroStrategy add additional 3,459 Bitcoin, which now brings their total holding to 531,000 Bitcoin. So as of today, MicroStrategy now holding about 531. Sorry, guys, I take that back. 531 million Bitcoin, which is crazy. So they now hold 531 million Bitcoin, more than 500,000 Bitcoin they are now holding. So as of today, even in my MicroStrategy, the Bitcoin holding is now even more than the Bitcoin holding is more than US and US combined to China and some other country. All the whole countries Bitcoin combined. So MicroStrategy now hold more Bitcoin than them. I believe it's only BlackRock now hold more Bitcoin than MicroStrategy. Apart from which is apart from Satoshi Wallet, which is the founder of Bitcoin, which hold 1 million Bitcoin, and we all know that that 1 million Bitcoin is never coming back. So as you can see with this headline over here, so you can see it here on Cointelegraph. Michael Saylor strategy bought 285 million in Bitcoin, which is crazy. So not just them. So quickly, let's check some other headline, as you can see. So guys, you may wonder why this is not still moving the crypto market. That is because they are not using a open market to buy. Yeah, good evening, Favor. Good evening, Miraculous, Teka. Good evening, Akashi, Kingdom. How are you guys all doing? So good evening, guys. You are all welcome. So guys, always tune in, share the stream with your friends and family. So in order for them to learn about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, we all know Bitcoin is here to stay. As you can see, the smart money keep buying. So without be told, you can actually see that the smart money, they keep buying. Even when a lot of people are scared. So if you head up to, let's quickly see the fear and greediness. The fear and greediness is still between, the fear is still between 29. When January here, we was in greed. January here, the greed was between 80. So that was when I was saying, if you're a profit, try to make sure you take profit when when we was in greed. But today, people are already fearful. But don't forget the smart money, they keep buying. You guys can see. MicroStrategy just bought another huge amount in Bitcoin, which now brought their total holding about 531,000 Bitcoin. More than 500,000 Bitcoin they are now holding as of today, which is crazy. Just one popping is already holding about 531,000 Bitcoin. So you all know that the demand supply of Bitcoin is just 41 million. So even if IBTC, which is the BlackRock company, they're already still holding about 600,000 Bitcoin, which is crazy. So imagine the next few years, let's quickly see. So we all know that the demand supply, we already have, you may be thinking that the market may, is because when they are selling, they sell in open market, and when they are buying, so they buy using OTC. They don't even want the price to go up. So as you can see it over here, we already have in circulation supply 19.85 million in supply, which is already in the market. We only have less than 2% of Bitcoin in to mine again. We show that between about 1.something million in Bitcoin less to mine for the miners to mine in the next 100 years. So we show that this asset that has a mass supply is the best asset you can invest on right now. But as always, don't go all in. Don't invest more than what you can afford to lose. It's very, very important to keep buying when you have some cash on your side. So it's very, very important to keep buying when you have some cash on your side, guys. So to keep this year using dollar cost average, so in the long run, we will be able to achieve a financial freedom together. So that's why I see here this other, as you can see, even if Liberty Finance, so backed by President Trump, so they just purchased another 700 and they just purchased another 775,000 in say token. So this is not Bitcoin, but they just purchased another say token, which is altcoin, which we all know. And say just drop up in price because of this. So apart from that, this is before we head up to, apart from that, you can see it here, this other headline. This is Meta Planet. Meta Planet just buy additional 319 Bitcoin, not like Michael Saylor, which is buying $500,000, $1 billion in Bitcoin, but at least the company keep growing. You can see Meta Planet just bought another 26 million in Bitcoin. But you may be wondering why those big boys are still buying, but the market is still down. But that is because those big boys, they keep using OTC to buy. As always, smash the like, press the subscribe button. So always tune in. So share the stream with your friends and family to keep learning about Bitcoin. As you guys can see, every single day I'm here to encourage you guys to keep buying more Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. That is because that is what has been working for me over the past few years. Not a financial advice, but that has been working for me in the past few years, just an educational content. So it has been working for me over the past few years. And we all know if you have bought Bitcoin, without Bitcoin, you can do the calculation is simple. So if you have bought Bitcoin, let's bring out the total chart. So when Bitcoin was trading between just a few years back, Bitcoin was trading between $1, just $1 in Bitcoin. So if you have bought Bitcoin back then, so you'll have seen that even if as of today you will still be in profit. Just a few years back, Bitcoin was still trading $1. You can see it here, even if 2011, Bitcoin was still trading at 17 cents, not even up to $1 in 2011, not even up to $1 back then. 2011, Bitcoin was not even, in 2010, Bitcoin was trading at 10 cents, 6 cents. So if you have added $1 to Bitcoin back then, as of today, you still be holding about $1 million in Bitcoin, which is crazy, just $1. When Bitcoin was trading at 10 cents, you guys can see. So this shows that Bitcoin is that asset that has a mass supply that we need to invest in. So, and I know that most of you guys that are just coming into the market, putting all your money into altcoin, but tomorrow you say that you lost it. Also, it does not mean that you don't have to invest in altcoin, but there is time for everything. So, like for example, meme coin, if you head up to their screener right now, which I don't have it here, let me see if I can bring it out, their screener. So if you head up to their screener right now, you will see that their meme coin, they're popping up 1,000%. Don't forget, as they pop up 1,000%, good. So you can see it over here. Like for example, this one over the past 24 hours is up with about 1,442%. So at the pop up 1,000%, that is how they still usually drop 1,000% in a day. 99% of those meme coins don't survive. So at least always be careful out there. So when you are trading meme coin, at least let it be, if you are trading meme coin with $100, let it be you have $1,000 aside. So whenever you lose that $100, you don't have to feel like you lost it all. It's very, very important, guys. Yeah, diversification is very, very important. At least, just like as I always say, at least try to make sure, even if you're like 40% in Bitcoin, 20% in you share 20% in a big cap, another 20% in a meme coin, 20% go into NFT sector. So you guys saw it yesterday. One dude which will be going to prison, which is not a good news. So he made a huge amount in profit trading NFTs. CryptoProc, he was in profit with about $13 million. So what happened now is that he made a false report that let's say for example, he said that he made between about $2 million in profit, which he made about $13 million in profit, which is not the government finally found out. So now he's going to prison for that. And we all know that the blockchain is so transparent Any transaction you made in crypto is on blockchain, and a blockchain is transparent. So which is crazy. So guys, quickly, let's see what next. This is just like what I was saying just now, which is this World Liberty Finance. They just add about 775,000 in US dollar to swing. So guys, this take us to the tariff of 18. The tariff is still very crazy. So President Trump said it's not backing down, and China says it's not backing down. Guys, before we dive into this, look into this. Let me head up to my account. Guys, I hope you guys can see this from a Bitcoin magazine. This news just broke out about 43 minutes ago. What happened is that this President Nayib Bukele, we all know, is so bullish about Bitcoin. He has been buying Bitcoin over the past few years. He just met with President Trump just a few minutes ago. He just arrived in US. And we all know that for sure they will be discussing Bitcoin. So, and President Trump already signed a bid for them to add Bitcoin to their reserve. So it's for them to start buying, which is crazy. So in long term, for sure, Bitcoin and crypto is here to stay. The best strategy is to keep a DCA using dollar cost average. So in a long run, we will all be in a profit. Imagine when the 21 million Bitcoin finally dry up in open market one day. So we are still early in the crypto space. We all know once Bitcoin start popping, altcoin will follow. So Bitcoin went from $16,000 to $109,000. When even if it went from $60,000 to $109,000, now it's slightly down with about 30%. So Solana went from $10 to $296, which is fantastic. So most of those altcoins is still up. So if you have added just $1,000 to Solana when Solana was trading between $10, just between last cycle here, when it was down, when Bitcoin was down to $60,000, Solana was trading between $9 to $10. So if you have bought a Solana back then, so when Solana went up to $296, if you have sold there, so just $1,000 in Solana will have give you about $29,000 in profit, which is crazy. So even if today the market is slightly down, so if you have still bought $1,000 worth of Solana when Solana was still trading between $10, so you still see that you will still be about $12,000 in profit. So this is why I always say, try to make sure you take profit. It's very, very important to keep some cash on your side. So when the market finally dip down, you'll be able to buy back to be able to accumulate more Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency. So as always, if you have any question, drop it on the chat. So at the end of the stream, so we'll be able to discuss this. We'll be able to discuss this better. So guys, China export rises as companies rushes to ship goods aims for the tariff fair. The tariff is still going crazy. So now, so even if people are hurrying up to export goods out from China because of this tariff, so which is going crazy, we show that China is still not backing down, and President Trump is still not backing down. So guys, as you can see, even if the US market is slightly up today, is up, and even if the European market is up, let's quickly see, the Asian market are still up. We show that, most of those, the stock markets are not really bad as of today. But as always, one thing you need to know is that, keep DCA using a dollar cost average. It's very, very important. Keep buying whenever the market is slightly down, so we'll be able to accumulate more. So keep DCA using dollar cost average. So don't be scared. Whenever the market dip back down like this, so take it as an opportunity and keep DCA. So if you look into the market, you actually see that yes, the market is been going up and down over the past few years. But even if as of today, we are still down with about 30% from here, so from all-time high. But you can still see that a lot of people are still in profit. So Just about 2 days ago, I showed you guys the chart that showed that at least even if as of today, 85% of people are still in profit. So you don't have to be scared. Keep DCA, keep accumulating more Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So we'll be able to achieve a financial freedom in the next year. So guys, if you have questions, drop it on the chat. So let's do a little Q&A, question and answer. So we can call it a day. Yeah, good evening, greetings, Mama. How are you all doing? Akachi said, you will be surprised when I say, Lord, get all Bitcoin. That dude is working so hard to buy all the Bitcoins on the planet. So he keep borrowing more money to buy more Bitcoin. So that is why a lot of people are scared. A lot of people are still scared. Worldly, what will happen if, for example, they run out in profit and they're forced to sell? That would be crazy, guys. We hope that one day MicroStrategy and MicroStrategy, they will run out in profit, so they will be forced to sell. But one thing I know is that if, for example, it happen to be that MicroStrategy run out in profit, MicroStrategy will still find a way to borrow more money to cover it up. That is because the dude believes so much in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. He's so smart, so he has been a smart investor for over some few decades right now, and that is why, as you can see, so his company, which is the MicroStrategy, has become one of the best performing stock over the past few years. That is because the dude has been working so smart. Yeah, Miraculous, I'm good. Treka, I'm good. Okay, Favor, you saw it on SRB. I did, Chem. Yeah, Favor the bear market, but one thing is that sure, waiting for the bear market. So a lot of things have changed in this cycle. So last cycle, so MicroStrategy was just holding a few amount in Bitcoin. So as you guys can see, as of today, they are now holding about 331,000 in Bitcoin, which is crazy. So which show that they keep buying and buying. And last cycle, the previous US administration, they were selling their Bitcoin, so which FBI confiscated from hackers. But what happened is that this cycle, we have a president which is so bullish about Bitcoin, which is a President Trump. So he said that they will be adding, they will be buying more Bitcoin, which he already signed a bill for them to add Bitcoin to their reserve. So there are 200,000 Bitcoin, which they are holding right now. So they already added to their reserve, which show that they will be selling anytime soon, and they will be buying. So, and the President Nayib Bukari, he keep buying more Bitcoin. So we show that those big boys, they are now in this space. Even if a BlackRock, last cycle, they was not here. So since the Bitcoin spot ETF got approved, they have bought about 600,000 Bitcoin. So which is crazy. That is a huge amount in billions upon billions of Bitcoin. So those big boys, so if they are not selling, that shows that the market, so a lot of things will change. So we may still have a bear market, but it may not look like before. Say that Flavor, you said that there was a one coin that people bought that was wrong recently or long time ago. Like for example, Luna. So when Luna when Luna led people between 2022, so Luna went up to like about $100 something per coin. So it happened to be that so Luna was pegged to Teller UST. So that was what happened. That was the day I lost, which I can't even mention it here. In 48 hours, people lost billions. So that is because back then, Luna was having a market cap of between about $100 billion, which is crazy. So, and market was slightly down. So So the market cap was between about 80 billion market cap back then before. So SBF was the one who was, SBF was also contributed to that according to allegedly, according to as people say. So SBF, he also sold a huge amount. So and the market declined back then. So people lost millions in one day. People lost billions. So I lost a huge amount because I was holding some Teller USD. What happened back then is that if you are holding Teller USD, there was one platform, once you deposit it there, they will be giving you about 20% a year. So that means, so even if a month, you will be receiving about 1.6% every single month. So if you are holding between about 20,000 there, so you'll be receiving between almost about $400 to $500 without be doing nothing. We all know it's a stable coin. So the market was not going down, it was not going up. But when it gets rock, so everybody lost his money. So the final, what happened is that they finally launched another token. The CEO was a Do Kwon. He's in jail right now. So which I believe I still have to face trial. So what happened back then is that so they now launch a coin. So they said they will have to compensate everybody who was holding money back then. But we still receive nothing. So if you was holding about $20,000 back then, they will now compensate you with about $200-300. You all know that it worth nothing, which was crazy, guys. So this was the coin that get rug between about a few years ago, between about 2022, when the market, it really bring the market down. So that was the time when FTS still collapsed. It get into bankrupt. Diversification, yes. You are 100% right, Tracker. Diversification reduce risk. Okay, you wanted to talk about the NFT, Sabi? Don't worry. So we dedicate one day for that. So we have to be, let's say, maybe between weekend or one good day. So we go into the NFT market. So we discuss about NFTs, Opusy slash even if Magic Eden. So if you Akachi, as a beginner, if you bought crypto, you buy crypto and you the best place to hold at the beginning, you can hold it to your Trust Wallet. Trust Wallet is good. So it has been a good decentralized wallet over the past few years. So there is nothing like hack. So Trust Wallet is okay. So if you are holding, you can download the Trust Wallet, which is free. So you can download Trust Wallet and save the key phrase. It's very, very important. Write down the key phrase. Don't take a screenshot of it. So write down the key phrase. So when you buy Bitcoin, you buy any crypto, you can transfer it to this thing, your Trust Wallet, or either Phantom Wallet too. It's good, Phantom Wallet. But if you now hold between about $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 in crypto, try to make sure you have a hardware wallet, either Treasure or Ledger. It's very, very important. So you can also use it on your smartphone. So once you hold a huge amount, so but as a beginner, Trust Wallet is okay. We all know you can't trust those centralized exchange. So I was here even if when I was holding crypto too in Celsius. If you was not here when all those things happened between 2022, it was crazy. So Celsius also got collapsed. So back then, if you also deposit your cryptocurrency in Celsius, so you don't have to stake, they will be paying you some percentage between about 8% a yearly. So Celsius. So Celsius also get Celsius collapse, FTS collapse, and Teller USD collapse. It was what really brought the market down back then when Bitcoin did back down to $16,000. But Celsius finally paid back. I finally get about 1,005 from Celsius. So between $2,000 after about $5,000 loss, something like that. Celsius was totally better than Luna UST. Luna UST, I lost a huge amount there. So that is why I have learned about those things. That is why I always encourage you guys so those mistakes which I made back there. So I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. So not a financial advice, it's a educational content. So the mistake I made few years back, so which I don't want you guys to make the same mistake. So there is more money to make in the crypto space. So you guys need to know that. So we are still early in the crypto market. So there's more money to make. So what you just need to do is to keep a DCA. So using a dollar cost average. So keep DCA into your portfolio. Yes. Yes, back then. So one thing is that when we was in profit, so you was willing to take more risk back then. So when the market was in profit, so Bitcoin went from between Bitcoin went from between about 50,000 2020 to $64,000. So which was crazy. So people was taking a risk, and NFTs was booming. So you'll be able to create NFT and sell it between a day. So even if there were NFTs back then, which is the woman with the golden coin was trading between about $2,000 plus. So that's, as always say, smash the like, press the subscribe button, share the stream with your friends and family. So they'll be able to learn about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Always tune in. So as you guys can see, I'm here every day to encourage you guys to keep buying. So keep DCA. That is the best strategy. That is what I've been working in the past few years. Don't trade with leverage. Don't buy more than what you can afford to lose. So don't go all in. It's very, very important for you to know all those things. So at least if you invest in the crypto space for a long term, as you guys can see with the chart, so for a long term, for sure you will be in profit. So don't forget, you are smart and intelligent. So with crypto, we shall all achieve financial freedom. I'll see you guys all tomorrow, guys. So 6 p.m. Central European time. Sometimes I do late, just like today. I stream late with about 10 minutes. So as always tune in. Turn on the notification bell so that when I'm live, you get notified. See you all tomorrow, guys. Charisco is out.